Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. What's up, nerds?
How you doing this week, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you, sir?
Uh, Other than a little back problem, everything's going good.
All right. Well, speaking of what's back, Dexter's back. We're going to cover the second episode, which is would have been written by Deb herself because this name of this episode is Storm of Fuck, which you could see coming out of Deborah Morgan's mouth, seeing as how she screamed at Dexter this entire episode. So it's a big change from the James Remar character, would you say? His father was always low-key and cool. Deb seems to be losing it on Dexter. Do you agree that the stakes are higher now, or is Deb
Well,
just the counterpoint to James Remar's character?
well, Deb
father?
always freaked out, right? So she was always that, she was never really level-headed, to say the least. So I think this is kind of like, well, it's a lot of different situations to handle all at once, right? And putting Harrison in all those situations makes it a little bit hanky because we don't know where Harrison stands, how he is, and so on. So
Yeah, he kind of looked like he almost enjoyed blowing up Dexter's life there. He didn't have to say he was his son, but he just came out and said it. Cat's out of the bag, and there
yeah,
you
but
go.
he followed up and covered though. He followed up
He
and
did.
covered.
He did. He didn't call Dexter Dexter. He didn't. He didn't out him that way, but he didn't have to say he was his son because obviously he didn't tell Angela, his girlfriend, so she shot him a look of, oh, you have a son.
Yeah, but
Didn't know.
that turned out in his favor in the end.
Yeah. Well, one thing we learned from his son that seemed to shock Dexter, which I don't know why, because you haven't checked in with Hannah. We find out Hannah died, and that's why. And then his son Harrison kicked around to, because he was too old to get adopted, right?
Yeah,
so,
he was in the foster system.
Yeah. So that looked like it hit him pretty hard.
Well, you know what? I mean, there's, Dexter, he's worried about fucking him up, but he might already be fucked up.
Yeah. I think
I mean,
he had some drug issues, didn't he?
yeah, he said he had some drug issues. He's picking locks. So
And when he picked up the knife,
yeah,
was he looking at it, admiring it, or was
yeah,
that just them screwing with us?
yeah. So
And so what's the bet that Clancy Brown's character, Matt Caldwell's dad, is the one that was stalking that woman, with the cameras and all that? Is this world's worst kept secret, or is this your guess too?
oh yeah, no, I saw that right from the
our,
beginning.
our shadowy figure, yeah, who's coming off as the nice guy, nice father.
Yeah.
I mean, because if his son is such a crap, then he probably inherited it from dear old rich dad, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure our listeners are all confused as to how we're jumping around here.
Well, that's what we do.
you know,
We're just hitting on the key points. I'm going to get back to, how Dexter is so out of shape kill-wise that he forgot the long trail of blood that he left from a crime scene. This
Yeah.
coming from a guy who never made a mistake, in the early seasons. So somehow
well,
forgot his MO.
it's one of those things, right? Like any other skill, if you let it go for a while, you're gonna get sloppy coming back. So, that whole serial killer murder thing, you got to keep up with that. Otherwise, it just it falls apart, and then you get caught.
Exactly. And they noticed that his tarp wasn't covering his pile of wood, too, stuff like that.
Yeah, I love how make sure you get the one with the wax cover because yeah, I got it. Fuck off.
Yep, he kind of had them all convinced. Matt shot and killed an albino deer or white deer, ran away, and then Dad'll, Clancy Brown comes in at the end. No, my son would have called me. He always calls me when he's in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be I guess I don't see him adding any more new elements other than, probably a big finale there with Clancy Brown and Dexter going at it, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Other than some indigenous women that are
right
showing
right
up
now
missing.
he kind of we don't really get a good feel for him yet, right? Because we don't know. I mean, we're speculating that he's the voyeur watching the girl, and I'm guessing, um, she was drugged and then brought to another location.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, obviously we got a little bit of a sicko there, and you see the eye, it's Clancy Brown's eye.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it. You've seen it. I don't know how many close-ups in Highlander and everything that you got of his face. You know it's him. So, he's got some deep, dark, dirty deed that he's going to be playing out with this chick.
Done dirt cheap.
Yeah. So, there's definitely going to be some Clash of the Titans, shall we say, between these two. And, they both kill, but one kills for pleasure, the other one kills for the side of good. Well, it's also for pleasure, but at least it's only bad guys.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
So, no, I mean, this episode was interesting just watching him dance around trying to get himself in the, like, there really wasn't anything really exciting happening in this episode.
No.
It was very even keel throughout, but it was him trying to figure out what's what. Now, quite a few times he caught himself. He thought, "Oh, shit's done. I'm dead. This is it." And then, "Oh, really?" Like total different role reversal. So he's on new ground for himself. Like for someone who used to have everything so mapped out. Now it's like, okay, he's starting to do this, but now he hasn't laid all the groundwork yet for this town. So, finding a dump spot. It's not Miami Bay, but like.
Yep.
So
exactly.
So this is sort of a Dexter learning to be Dexter again.
Yeah, we were introduced to Angela Bishop's adoptive daughter, Audrey Bishop, played by the beautifully named Johnny Sequoia. How's that for a name, Johnny Sequoia?
Well, we saw her last episode too.
Yeah, but she had more to say, right? This.
Well, she said quite a bit last time, yelling at the oil guy.
Yeah. Well, we think there might be a potential Harrison, Audrey Bishop hookup. Who knows if that's going to go anywhere? Will he reveal something to her? Well, got to tune in next week and find out.
Well, you may they had a lot. You got the sense that Harrison is sharp, right? He knows what's going on. He sees. He can see the lay of the land. When he went out for wood, he basically, changes in the subject. I'm cold. I'm going to go get some wood so I don't have to reveal more about myself. And then when he's caught them going through his bag, he just kind of like kicks the shelf to let them know he's coming back. So he's one of those people that I know what you're doing, but I'm not going to let you know that I know.
This might be bad, but I'm kind of hoping he is a serial killer like Dexter. And there's a scene where, I don't know, someone gets away from Dexter and Harrison just walks up behind the dude and like, here you go, Dad. Just a look on Dexter's face, to be
that or they
Harrison?
run in parallel. Like.
You mean they're stalking the same guy or what?
Oh no, different guys. Like Harrison stalking the assholes in his little group. And then while Dexter's doing the adults, and it's just kind of like... Then they kind of discover each other killing them, so they're like, oops. Did you? Yeah. You? Yeah. What do you do for... How do you get rid of the stain?
Yeah. What kind of plastic you like to use? The 1-ply or the 2-ply?
So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff to happen. Like I said, this is a very slow burn. We're just kind of like reintroducing ourselves to these characters and discovering. Like I'm right now, I'm pretty sure everybody's trying to guess who's going to kill next. Like, who's going to be the, trying to go back to what Dexter was in previous seasons, and now this is a whole new territory. Like getting a new map in Fortnite. You gotta search everything, you know what I mean?
Indeed, my friend, indeed. Now, let's get into our review of No Time to Die, the 25th installment in the James Bond franchise. Because shut it. Because I'm chomping at the bit. And so, if you haven't seen this movie, if you've been living under a rock, major spoilers ahead. I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Go for it.
No, because I want to scream about the end, but I know you don't like jumping around, so you go. You can start it off because I'm about to go ape shit on the ending. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, it was classic Bond. You know, there's every Bond element was in there. Him being, superior to, or acting superior to everyone.
Well, actually, that's Commander Bond to
Commander
you now,
Bond,
sir.
yes,
he's retired.
He's retired, and but the thing is, he still has knows everything that's going on around him. He still has everything, running into Felix and knowing that he's there, and so to me, it was everything a Bond movie should be,
Well, okay, I'm gonna bite my tongue again.
Well, to me it was. I mean, if you've got something else, go for it. Let me.
I want to complain about the ending. I want to skip through everything because to me this was a standard Bond movie. I mean, nothing can hold a candle to Casino Royale. So for me, 2006 Casino Royale was like the best of these. Daniel Craig, James Bond, and it's like almost kind of like he won. We all knew this was his last. He didn't want to do it anymore, and he said, "If I ever do another Bond movie, it's just for the money." But he seemed to took a page out of Harrison Ford's handbook, like when he came back for Han Solo under one's condition, and I hope that's not the case of what happened at the end, but it's starting to look like it. Okay, you better talk more about the movie because I'm gonna eviscerate it here in a second.
No, I mean, there's for me, I don't. There's not much more I can say because.
Well, what'd you think about the new 007, Nomi, played by Lashana Lynch? Who did you know is Monica Rambeau? Did you realize that's her from Captain Marvel? No. I didn't know she was English. Yes, that's her.
Was it? Didn't look like her.
I thought. No, it's her. Didn't know. I didn't know she was an English actress. Usually, I keep up on these things, so she had me completely fooled in Captain Marvel. That is her.
Really?
Yep. And they just handed 007's moniker to her. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I can't shut up anymore. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't mind. I actually don't mind if you want to make James Bond a female. I don't care if he's Asian. I don't care if he's black. I really don't care. But you don't. Go killing off a guy, an iconic film role, who's these movies have been around since some people have been alive. You don't kill off the character. I'm sorry, it totally ruined it for me, and I'm glad in a way. I can't believe no one spoiled this for me. I can't believe I didn't read it anywhere. Maybe I wish I had. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are, but what does this mean for the future?
I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to open it up. I think they're trying to then make the James Bond.
Okay, but are you saying there's no more James Bond? That name
no,
I think. Is that what you're saying?
It's a moniker that's going to be handed down.
Okay, good. Because I kind of got the feeling it was ending. There's no more James Bond. It's going to be a different name. So if you're saying that, okay. But that's the feeling I was getting was that that they've just put it to bed and put it to rest, and that's it.
Yeah.
No one else will be called James Bond. I hope that's not the case.
No. I mean, it's there's so much story they could tell with this one and with this character, and I think passing on the 007 is definitely thing. And no, you're wrong. Lashana Lynch did not play Monica Rambeau in.
Sure she did.
It was Tiona Paris that played Monica Rambeau.
No. That's in the series WandaVision. You're confusing your Monica and Maria's. Or I confuse Monica and Maria, but look up the IMDb credits for Captain Marvel with Lashana Lynch. She played Captain Marvel's jet fighter co-pilot. Whatever.
Oh, and there, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I said Captain Marvel. I didn't say WandaVision. That's her, though. She's an English actress, so she, kind of fooled me, because usually I know which British actor is playing American. I'm pretty good at that, spotting that, but she had me completely fooled.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like the fact that they kind of switched it up and giving her the 007
I like that.
It kind of played a bit on Bond as well, kind of like, oh, okay.
Because it's the first time they did that. They gave the same, 007 to her, and it's the first time he has a kid, which we find out in the end. So I actually like those two things. And then what I didn't like, what came after.
Well, I mean, it's about time.
Yeah. I mean, well, the old line, do you have any kids? Not that I know about. The man slept with so many women.
Yeah, exactly.
And the one woman he didn't sleep with, Ana de Armas, who I'm sure hopefully is going to be a recurring character, the agent in Cuba who was being all cutesy, and then turns out to be she's pretty lethal.
Yeah, that was good. I have to admit that she played that bumbling kind of character, bubbly and whatnot, and then all of a sudden it's just like, assassin right off the bat. So it was that was well done, I have to admit.
Yeah, and Rami Malek, who more than deserved the Oscar for portraying Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, I didn't feel he brought anything new to this standard Bond villain with the scars and the voice. I didn't.
Well, no, I mean, for me, he felt like a typical Bond villain. He was gonna, he's there to destroy the world. He thinks he's got the upper hand on everything. He thinks he's outsmarted everybody. Obviously, he was, I guess you could say, not the physical opponent to Bond. He was, well, most of Bond's villains are mostly cerebral. They're mostly like the I'm going to destroy the world. They usually have the henchman that Bond has to go through physically, like Jaws.
An odd job, yeah.
Yeah. So
well, in this movie, we all knew this was Daniel Craig's swan song. So really, any villain's taking a back seat. All eyes are on Daniel Craig because we knew going in this was his final one.
But no, I felt, to me it was just like, yeah, he's got a hidden bunker in a disputed area. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, the whole island makes poison. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like it's Bond. That's what these guys do.
Exactly. Yeah.
They want to destroy the world. They want to, recreate it in their own image. They want to do this. They want to do that. They're there for a better world, and they have an island of destruction to do it with. So, yeah, to me, it felt the same throughout. Although, Rami Malek feels very young to have been that older guy that found what's her name.
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of threw me a little. I mean, okay, you can Reed Richards him a little bit and give him the gray hair, but
Madeline Swan, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a great actor, but it's just like, okay, yeah, you're the Bond villain, all right. There wasn't any classic lines. Yes, Mr. Bond.
There was not. Well, that's why, and because of my my anger at the ending of the movie, I'm calling this episode 00 What the Eff. Okay, so that's the name of this title of this episode. So.
Well, then go ahead, rant away at the end. Go for it. We've discussed.
No, I've already ranted. I did it. I said it. We're done. I'd like to move on.
Well, like I said, I'm curious as to which direction they're going to go with. I mean, there's all sorts of people that are saying, Henry Cavill is Bond.
Yes, now The Rock wants to be Bond.
Wants to be
yes,
Bond. Let's
yes.
hang on. Let's hang on that for a second.
No, absolutely not.
How? I do not see a British accent coming out of this man.
Exactly. Have you heard his rap song? Oh boy.
No, I'm staying away from it. I'm staying away from it.
Okay, good. Okay.
I love The Rock. I love Dwayne
Me
Johnson.
too. All love here, but even I didn't mention it last, but the same thing would happen when I saw Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
His build is just like Rob Lowe was getting turned down for being too pretty for roles. The Rock shouldn't be. A 00 agent is not that big. I actually like that Daniel Craig was the first Bond that had muscle, but he didn't take steroids. He just worked out, So it looked like he could throw and take a punch.
Daniel Craig's Bond was a brawler.
Yes, exactly.
Just like Sean Connery's was a bit of a brawler too.
Yeah, the other guys were.
Roger Moore was a little bit more sophisticated. Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan
Brosnan.
was
Loved him, but pretty.
Oh yeah, but I mean he was sort of a half and half. You know,
I don't know.
he
No,
was
when I saw him-
sophisticated, but he could brawl if he needed to.
Yeah, I know, but we know in a real street fight, I'd put my money on Craig, as you would too. I'm
Oh
sure.
no, absolutely. He was the first one that actually looked like
But
a
the
fighter.
Rock, no, the Rock's build shouldn't be getting him these roles. If
Well,
you know,
no,
if he's-
because as a 007, you are supposed to blend in.
yes, even
Okay.
if he was English, he still shouldn't be going out for the Bond role.
You know, I mean, as we noticed in Red Notice, he stands out in a crowd.
Exactly.
So,
and
I mean-
he couldn't parkour with Ryan Reynolds to save. I don't know what.
no.
Yeah.
So I
He'd be a
mean,
big but slow guy.
overall, I thought this was a great movie. This is a great sit down to sit and watch and enjoy a movie, especially something that's of this series of a Bond movie. If you like a Bond movie, it's definitely worth the watch. Where they go with it now, because hey, guess what? He's gone. Having 007 and being James Bond be almost like the Dread Pirate Roberts. You know?
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
name
'cause
that's
because
handed down.
Because the Dread Pirate Wesley doesn't have the same ring to it.
No. So, it'll be interesting to see which direction they go with. And in this sort of thing, they can open it up big time and say, James Bond, you're James Bond? I wouldn't have guessed that. I got that a lot. You can play with that a little bit and kind of float around. But I mean, I do agree. Something along the lines of what Daniel Craig had said, where James Bond should be male. It's a male character. 007 doesn't necessarily have to be male, but the James Bond does. You don't go from James Bond to Jamie Bond. You know what I mean?
All right, now let's think about good movies you want to sit down to. We're going to review a movie that you just saw, but I saw when it came out because I couldn't wait to see it. Been waiting my whole life to see it. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Woo! I hope you like this movie. I mean, there are certain scenes I didn't like, but let's get into it.
No, I really liked this movie. I thought
good.
It was, Marvel doesn't disappoint, right? So, and they had a lot of nice little twists, like when you first introduced to this character, Shang-Chi, he's Sean, and he's like San Francisco bumming around with his buddies, doing karaoke, and not really having a sort of
working as a valet.
Working as a valet, exactly. He doesn't have a real path, and he's just kind of like, he's American, right? He's just kind of like,
yes, but he's Canadian. He's Canadian. The actor's Canadian. Everyone, we're proud of that.
But and then all of a sudden you get that bus scene, and
yes, with Razor Fist.
Holy shit! All hell breaks loose, and like Katie's jaw is on the ground as
Played
he's
by
parkouring
Awkwafina.
through the all the bars on the bus, and
yeah, does he look like a fighter to you?
So yeah. I think they did that very well. And then, okay, now he's got a backstory. Now we're like, oh, okay. So, yeah, no, there was a lot of nice twists and turns. Definitely a lot of Marvel magic going on. The use of Wong in all this was great. Abomination,
well, yeah, I want to get into that with you because I've scoured the internet. What bothered me about that scene is not the fact that he looked different from when he looked like an Incredible Hulk, was that there was no explanation whatsoever. I mean, and I hope Marvel's going to bring this up again. Abomination was last taken to a prison. Okay, so what the hell is Wong, and why is Wong friends with him? This is it's killing me.
Yeah,
nothing written about it.
WWE thing.
Yeah, they just dropped this scene in and then didn't explain it, and it's not explained online. So I hope Kevin Feige is going to explain this in a later movie because it's driving me bonkers.
In Doctor Strange, it's going to be explained.
Oh, okay. I hope it's somewhere.
I'm thinking they made someone look like Abomination in order to fight in this thing to give it to for the show.
Well, he's showing up in She-Hulk, so maybe they'll explain it there.
We'll see. You never know. But I mean, like, I think they're kind of playing on that. Like, it's one of the oh, who knows? It could be Doctor Strange, right? They're like, we need to make some money. Yeah, let's load up this fight club and
yeah, let's pretend to fight. Yeah.
They go back to the sanctum and he changes. Like, oh yeah, you got to learn to pull your punches, man. Like that kind of thing.
We find Shang-Chi reunites with his sister Xialing, played by the beautiful Meng'er Zhang. What a name, Meng'er. Love that actress. So she's just as formidable in the martial arts as he is. With the backstory is she wasn't allowed to train because she was a woman, so she trained on her own. And became quite formidable.
Yeah, no, and I like the fact that when they got to Ta Lao, the aunt kind of said, no more hiding in the shadows, right?
Michelle Yeoh, Ying-Nan, Michelle Yeoh's character, and also the fight choreography in general, I thought was pretty good.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was very, very tight, very, very. The flow was beautiful.
Yep. Cinematography, the way they shot it was very good.
I mean, again, they're taking from both sides. You had the father who was a very, very who was, I guess you could say the brawler of the martial arts kind of aspect. He was the barbarian kind of thing.
Yeah, played by Tony Leung.
And then the mother was very kung fu, very, very smooth, very, very fluid. And it was
using the elements, kind of.
Yeah, using the elements and all that.
Wind.
And that was beautiful in the way that was portrayed as well. And obviously, Shang-Chi is trying to find out who he is based on all this, because all he knew was his father's training. Because we found out that his father trained him from a very young age, right after his mother died.
Well, yeah, and we found out he gave him 10 years to find himself, and kind of like an Amish Rumspringa, but he didn't do anything with those 10 years, as his father reminded him.
Yeah. So now it's like kind of learning that he has another side, and then embracing it, which makes him, more of a whole for all that. So it's kind of, I liked it. I liked it.
Well, here's the part I hated of the movie. I didn't care for seeing Trevor Slattery again. I didn't care for that fuzzy animal with no face.
Morris, come on.
And the very weak explanation by Wenwu about Iron Man 3, the whole, and they called after an orange the Mandarin. There's nothing you could have written that would have saved that. That should have never happened in Iron Man 3. First of all, it should have been the actual Mandarin, but whatever. The cutesy Maurice, it didn't. Oh boy, that was like, why don't you just throw in some Ewoks too, while you were at it. Didn't like that part.
I
like the dragons, but I didn't like the faceless Tribble.
Morris.
Yeah. The Tribble with an eating disorder. I don't know what you want to call it. With wings, mind you, that didn't fly.
Well, they had to get through the maze somehow, and that was a cute way of doing it.
I just personally didn't like that part. I'm not gonna say it's a perfect movie. I did not like that whole part. But I kind of did you like Razor Fist's car that said Razor Fist on it?
Yeah. No, you know what? Like, I think for me, everything just gelled with this movie. I love the camaraderie with Katie and pretty much everybody around her. When she's learning to fire the bow and arrow. Like, did you see that? That was tight. Talking to her. The ancient teacher there. It's like,
I liked her scene. Her scene with Wong at the end was funny. Or and then the quick cut. They're all singing at the karaoke bar. Yeah. We could take it easy tonight. Or
so I mean,
and of course the end credit scenes.
Well, it's.
What'd you think of those? Turns out those rings aren't what they thought they were, because you had Captain Marvel weighing in and Bruce Banner weighing in. Obviously, it looks like they shot those scenes separately. The actors weren't in the same room, but still.
Yeah, there was all holograms and.
Yeah.
No, I think. Well, obviously they had to have some sort of tie-in, right? And you got to figure. They were saying that it's alien technology. Was it alien technology or multiverse technology? I forgot.
I can't remember the exact term they used, but yeah, it was something along those lines.
So there's going to be. I mean, they had to tie it to a bigger universe anyway, right? Because what happened with this was not something to bring up on was not going to pop up on the Avengers radar. So, and now it's going to be interesting to see where the Avengers are. So,
yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So we got
far
Captain
away are we
Marvel
from
in
that,
there,
you know?
and Hulk is in there, and is Bruce Banner form. So, Professor Hulk and are we jumping back and forth? Is this going to be a
Yeah, because we in the She-Hulk bit of trailer we saw on Disney Day, he's in professor form, So
yeah, so I'm for me I'm like I'm all in. Like let's get the. I think this was a nice, I guess you could say, stopgap before we get into like the really get into the next set of Marvel movies. I think it was it was entertaining. It was nice. Okay, little palate. Good for the palate. And now that now we can jump into some meat and potatoes. So like we got Hawkeye coming up, and the next few movies are going to be coming up soon. So it's like yeah. And now we're going to jump into some like serious cosmic, multi-dimensional insanity.
Oh God, I just looked up who did the voice of Morris. It's D. Bradley Baker, of course. Of course it is.
Who's Steve Bradley Baker?
D. Bradley Baker voiced all of the what was the cartoon we just watched on
the
Disney?
Bad Batch.
Yeah, he voiced all of those actors.
Ah.
So of course he would be doing Morris. Of course.
No, like I said, in the end, we got some stuff.
We did, sir.
We get some trailers this week.
We got the big Spiderman. I don't want to go into too much because someone's punching the lizard and they erased him, and it's probably Andrew Garfield. I just don't want to get into the whole trailer breakdown.
Could it be?
Aspect.
What is it? How could it be?
It exhausts me. I can't do it anymore because every time a trailer comes out, then comes the the hundreds and hundreds of could it be this? You know what? The movie comes out December 17th. I'm pretty sure you're going to see it over the Christmas break. I know I am. So hopefully we'll get a review for you in December because that's something you do over the holidays is just go see a movie like that.
Well, I'm definitely going to gear up for Ghostbusters. I mean, I want to go see that. That's out. That's going to be out this week. So I'm definitely in for some Ghostbusters.
You see Ghostbusters, I'll be seeing Resident Evil. Okay. And we won't talk about either. Okay. Until I at least see Ghostbusters.
I'm surprised you don't want to run out and see Ghostbusters.
No, I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan like you. I like the first one, and that was it. I'm not a big. I know you like them, but I'm not that big a fan.
That's why. Surprised.
Plus, what I've been reading review-wise hasn't been kind. But anyway, I know reviews are reviews, but I'm not chomping at the bit. No, more the Resident Evil because I've been waiting, like 21 years for this movie.
Yeah. See, I have no interest in Resident Evil, so.
No, I know. That's why I'm not even going to attempt. Okay. But other than that, it was a slow news week. I don't have much. Had more action happening last week,
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot dropped last week, so it was kind of.
Yeah, we found out. Well, most likely, in Fortnite December, we get some Matrix characters. We're probably going to get a Spiderman skin. Of course, we're getting like we mentioned the Boba Fett skin on the 24th.
Well, right now, there's a lot of speculation whether or not it's going to be a new season in the beginning of December or a new chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Because some are saying that we're going to get the black hole again, and it's going to be a new chapter, and we're gonna go dark for a couple of
Good.
days.
I can finally get to do my laundry if it's a black hole. Yeah, good. I can get stuff done. Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. The first time they did that, everyone lost their shit. No, we gotta play now. It's like,
yeah.
okay,
I remember
get a
you.
break,
You
finally.
were like, we were watching that swirly thing for almost 2 hours. You're like, no, it's gonna come back, Greg. Any second now. I'm like, no, dude. They just erased
People
their
watched
social.
it for 24 hours.
Yeah, they completely erased their social media accounts, Mark. No, they're making a statement here. It's not coming back. And you're like, yeah, just give it another second.
I'd like to see a merging of the two islands.
Well, it's going to be
We were
big
having
no
that
matter
discussion
what.
earlier, like just how much we were talking with our mutual friend about what the chapter 1 island had versus this one, and it was just like, yeah, more mountains, more different types of terrain, more it was just had more.
Well, yeah. Well, I hear again the tilted tower rumors are coming back, and we're also going to be they're introducing the sliding mechanic. I don't know if you've heard about that. You're going to be able to slide on your knees type of thing and shoot.
Oh, really?
Or using that as even an evasion tactic if you run out of ammo or whatever.
So kind of like a duck kind of thing.
Exactly. So if you can master it, just like you can jumping and shooting, then it's to your advantage. So I think that's also coming with the new update because some data miners have already spotted it.
Like I said, I'm ready for something new. I think I'm a little bit fed up with this island and this storyline too. I think the storyline has kind of gotten a little bit stale.
Yep, just released the damn Cube Queen already. She's been cooped up in that yellow ball. I don't know for how long. I feel bad for her. Just let her out.
I want to see two big monsters go at it again on the island, like the mech and the
yes.
Because I mean, what a way to go.
Yeah, and then the carcass stays there, and you can play on it.
Oh yeah, that was
made
fun.
a weird noise and stuff growing out of it.
Everything growing out of it was different from everything else. Yeah, no, it was. No, I definitely would like to see a new island, something new. Oh, if we get a couple of days off, we can download Halo. Start playing.
Well, I don't think it'll be a couple of days. I think it might be one. I think one if they do that.
Yeah, you think?
No more. Yeah, no more. No. I would take a break from the video games. I'm just focusing on the one. Don't even play Resident Evil anymore. Just Fortnite.
Fortnite is life.
And on that, sir, I don't have anything else. I am done. How about you?
Well, that's about it.
All right, let's wrap her up.
Okay, gang. Plenty of places.
Don't forget to mention
find
that
us.
we're on Audible. Don't forget. Okay.
We are on Audible,
Amazon
Audible. We are on YouTube. We are on Alexa TuneIn. We are on Pandora. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Google Podcasts, and we are on Apple Podcasts. You can find our social media at Bay Rejects on Twitter, at Butcher Bay Rejects on Facebook, and our website at butcherbayrejects.com. And YouTube, you got to search us because we don't have enough followers yet for a URL. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Hit that subscribe button, please.
Subscribe, because we're entertaining. We're the funniest people we know.
I'm not wearing any pants.
And
Just kidding. I am. Okay.
yeah, but is the Superman thong really considered pants?
It's a Spiderman underoos, you know very well.
All right, gang. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I am Mark.
I'm Greg. See you next week, nerds.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.